Hey Virgo, this is your monthly love and relationship reading for the month of July 2026. Ticking clock. Let love unfold naturally and give it time to grow. I did see on the cut that we've got Six of Pentacles energy coming in here for you and Ten of Wands. Yep. So there's a little bit of a conversation this month about what what's worth giving your time and effort and energy to. Are you open to giving to others? Are you open to giving to this relationship so that you can keep the energy flowing? So we'll see. But you're showing up as a star, which is fabulous. They're showing up as the Ace of Pentacles reverse, which is terrible. um at least right off the rip, we're seeing an issue around value, resources, and future planning. And is anyone having any type of self-control or leading the charge with diligence and perseverance? Sun reversed. Happy. Does it make you happy? Does this is there illumination on what the purpose of the situation is? What's the plan here? Is kind of the conversation, because you have star hopes and maybe you're elevated in some way or visible in some way. You have a following, or you're on in a public place. This could also just be you've laid yourself bare. So you put all your cards out on the table. You said to this person, here's what I want to do. These are my plans. These are my goals. And then there's this King of Wands reverse, which is like, are they able to meet those requirements? Or are they more immature? Are they a pretender? What's going on here? So we'll find out. We'll find out for you. Knight of Cups reverse. There's just a desire to cut the crap and just cut the crap, and let's see, like, get down to brass tacks about how we really feel, what we really think. Let's stop sugarcoating things from both sides, I feel. So, what is it that you want from a subconscious place? And I do want to look at expectations and then desires. So, Virgo, your expectations out of the relationship from a subconscious level. Empress. Strength reversed. Six of Swords reversed. Okay. I think you expect this person to be impulsive, immature, create more chaos for you. Yet with the Empress behind it, it's like, okay, but you're, the person that I come back to for support, or you create the home and family, mother of the children, or the nurturer, main nurturer of you, or your, who keeps the relationship going. This could also just be the source of abundance, like an asset to increase finances, yet also has the caveat of being undisciplined and an agent of chaos as well. Where instead of this is the subconscious expectation of the relationship that, like, things are just going to get worse. There's something going on there. Now, what's the subconscious desire that you have for the relationship? I saw something pop and it went back in. So it's like there's something that you want, but you're not willing to quite admit it to yourself. But I've pulled the High Priestess here. You want to be able to trust your intuition and your gut about this person and about the relationship and its meaning in your life. You also want a spiritual dimension to the relationship. Six of Cups reversed. That's very interesting. You're telling me here that you expect performance to earn love, both love given to you and love given to this person. Love being shared between you. I'm not going to love you if you're screwing up our money opportunities. And you're also telling them energetically and subconsciously, I don't deserve love unless I meet my goals, or I show up and lay myself bare to be, full disclosure, or that I don't reach for something higher than myself. So even in your desires, you expect there to be a give and take to earn love. That love must be earned. You can't just, I kind of, that's Six of Pentacles. Okay. I kind of get this, right? I think a lot of people would look at, oh, you don't believe in unconditional love? Like, that's trash because, what if your kid's a drug addict? Are you going to like not let them live on the streets and then end up homeless, end up dead, blah, blah, blah? You're saying no. You're saying no, that we have expectations of how we are treated. We should be treated with respect to a good degree. We can give a little bit of leeway here and there, a little bit compassion and chances. But I'm not going to let you play in my face. I'm not going to let you take advantage of me. Six of Pentacles. This seems to be a working relationship here. I'm the tree. I'll give you a little bit of charity. I'll give you this apple. But if you come at me with an axe, forget about it. I'm a wampum willow your ass. So that's very reasonable to me. All right. Now, what are their subconscious desires? That's flying right out. Subconscious desires. Ace, or the Magician, and the Four of Pentacles. They want their autonomy and they want their privacy. They expect to have their own space, their own money, some level of their own control over their life. They also expect to have everything that they need to make their life happen, and they want to be able to run it their way. Okay, now what are their subconscious? That's the subconscious desires in the relationship. What are the subconscious expectations? Virgo's person, what do they subconsciously expect out of the relationship? Ten of Cups, happy family, emotional self-fulfillment. Eight of Swords reversed. Greater and greater freedom and liberation from the cage, from any type of restraint or containment. Ten of Wands reversed. Okay, it's as I thought. That's as you thought. This person does not like being held down to too many responsibilities, to too many constraints. There's a lot of burdens to them that are just not worth having. This is have their cake and eat it too mentality. They want freedom to be free. Freedom from negative thoughts, freedom from negative words, both to them and within them. Why are they with a Virgo is my question, because you're not going to allow anyone to play in your face. And so of course you would end up with, but this is subconscious. This is subconscious. So like they may not even realize that they are operating on this basis that this is what they actually want. Fun. What is the level of illumination that this person has? How do they understand? What do they actually cognitively expect from you? Knight of Pentacles reversed. They expect from you to be unsteady in your energy, disloyal, procrastinating, to not change. With the Death reversed, Queen of Wands reversed, to have certain physical insecurities. What the fuck? Okay. Okay. So we're at a crisis point here. Let me go back to you, and just so I know, I mean, I'm reading for you, mystery person. What do you cognitively expect from this person? Seven of Swords, you expect them to be playing their own games in the background, to work smarter, not harder, or to do things for themselves. In a backwards way, I'm thinking, but it's not. They're going to do things their own way. Justice. You also expect them to be like, everything has to be very equitable. Like, I'm going to work, this amount, you work that amount. So you're expecting them to be very on par with your work effort, work level, input level. What else do you expect from them? Nine of Swords reversed. To be carefree, unbothered, not worried. Ace of Cups. And that's interesting to see Ace of Cups here at the base of all that, out of what you expect of them. It's just a renewal of love. Like, let's keep it going. You know, let's renew the love contract here that we have. Two of Wands, a plan, purpose, and future together. It's complex. Let's get into your fears. What are your subconscious fears that could happen with this relationship? Three of Wands. Your expectations being too high. Four of Swords, that it like puts illness or pause in the relationship. King of Cups and Eight of Pentacles. That they are, that's interesting. I think somewhere here you're fearing that they are actually very compassionate and sensitive and are trying their best and working as hard as they can, and that you've sort of put too much pressure and expectation upon them. That makes perfect sense. What are their subconscious fears about the relationship? Queen of Swords, King of Swords. Holy shit. They're afraid of your judgment being righteous and correct. That both your truth and your judgment of them and the relationship, that you were right all along. They're afraid of that. Because you've let them have it. I mean, to some degree. Two of Pentacles. Are we moving forward? Do I have to work harder to juggle what's going on in the life? Am I showing up as an equal partner? They're afraid that they have to show up as an equal partner. It's Ace of Pentacles reversed. Like, this is the only card I've pulled for them. Lacking in resource, lacking in new beginnings. They're not looking for a job, or they're not looking for new opportunities and money. They may be in debt, you know, like this is just like poverty, okay? I don't have enough money, and that's what the focus of the reading is right now. And it's like, are you doing enough? Because you're over here saying, and in both your judgment of the situation and how you've taken in information and held to your truth, and then also how you've told the information. You said, this is what I know to be true, this is my logic and reasoning, and they're afraid that your logic and reasoning is factual. I keep burping, I'm sorry about that, but it's true. Not that your logic and reasoning is true, I don't know that, but like what I'm saying anyway. I'm fucking, you're going to believe what you want to believe because you've got a Queen of Swords here, you know? It's like, that's your personal truth that you hold to. You're not in that nebulous space. Ace of Cups. That's interesting. Pulling this again is like, your truth is that there is a love here, a love shared, that there is positive motion forward. The willingness is there. So how do you see them at this time? Seven of Wands reversed. They've been beaten down by the desires and the competition of others, that they're not able to compete, that they're on their back foot, or they're not at a higher ground. Nine of Cups reversed. You also see them as being like cut in the crap as well. Like no longer having the desire to play the romance up or to say the kind and compassionate words that can keep this love overflowing. They've pulled back from that. They're no longer moving towards you or the relationship with that because they feel a sense of defeat or lack, like spiritually and energetically, like they're lacking in energy. Now, how do they see you right now? Hierophant, having all the wisdom, being a teacher, the benedictive energy of like, this is how it is, it's ongoing, there's all the P's and Q's. Hierophant is like the arbiter of truth on many different levels, and it's very stagnant and stale energy that perpetuates over a long period of time. So they feel, again, we saw death reverse. They expect you to not ever change. And if I'm reading for a Virgo, I know that's not the case. So where's the disconnect there, right? King of Pentacles. They see you as being financially stable. They see you as having the money, having the resource, more than enough. And also, again, telling the tales, teaching the world, teaching them, this is what you need to do to have your money right. Fun. They see you as being happy. Happy with the arrangement, Six of Pentacles. Happy and self-fulfilled with the financial arrangement. Judgment reverse. They don't, there's something they don't get. Temperance reversed. Not the middle path is not forthcoming because they don't see themselves in the situation. They don't see you in the situation. They're lacking some clarity here. So how can you support them right now? If you choose to support this person, Virgo, what would be the best case scenario for your support for both of you to move the relationship forward, to progress? Ten of Swords. Something just needs to be cut, killed. What is that here? The Fool, the World. Okay, wow. There's some old bitter things going on here. If this relationship is to continue, it needs a clean slate. It needs a complete clean slate. I'm getting the first and the last card in the majors, Fool and the World, bookending each other around the Ten of Swords, which is the true dead stop. Do not continue. It's over. It's done. Goodbye. There's no transformation. There is, but it's the least that you could have in the tarot because energy can't be destroyed. But this is like, it's not going anywhere close to this. It's being dissolved back into earth and back into the ethers, right? Scattered to the winds. So there's something that needs to be completely dissolved and scattered to the winds here. I mean, if you're already thinking about whether this relationship has progress or potential going forward, and you're wanting a reason to say that this might not be it, that there it is. Now, for those of you that Ace of Cups do feel like there's love and emotional potential here, you're going to have to let something go big time. Big time have to let something go. Like, we never speak of that again. We don't bring it up to throw in somebody's face. We also don't bring it up to ourselves to be like, remember how they did this? This is a complete and total reset. And I'm getting the Three of Pentacles. This is a new level of mastery for you. If you're able to do this and still continue this relationship, you'll be a wise one for sure. It could also have something to do with a third party financially, not romantically and not sexually, financially. So like this could be they went out and got a loan without your permission and now you're on the hook for it. Or they had a gambling addiction and now maybe they're not doing it, but they're still like broke. Or some kind of thing that triangulated you with this person that has to do with material wealth, finances, money. That's all over the cards, right? That's got to be let go completely. Like, we don't bring it up. It's done and dead and dusted. If you want to continue this, if you hold on to it, it will continue to degrade to a point where it reaches Ten of Swords world energy, which is completed, full circle. We're done. There's nothing more to progress here. And if I've got the ticking clock, let love unfold naturally and give it time to grow. That's like such a dichotomy between the two. For me, the ticking clock is like it's only a matter of time before it's over. But then the words there, let love unfold naturally and give it time to grow, is like, you know, we can move past this. We can move beyond this Ace of Cups and move it all the way up to the 10. But this has to be forgiven and forgotten. There's a major choice point here for you. Okay. So if you're going to ask them for support to move this relationship forward, what does that look like? Queen of Pentacles reversed, Page of Pentacles reversed. You need to ask, this is the suggestion, to ask for their admittance to the reality of what's going on financially here, and that they are financially indebted. They are financially dependent to you. And then that means something to you. Page of Pentacles reverse is you're asking them to release attachment to material shows of wealth. So if they have like a high car payment on a nice car, now it's like, okay, we're gonna have to get rid of the car. We're gonna have to sell the car. You know, this is a frivolous thing that's not important, and that's just an idea. But you know, you're gonna have to sell your handbag collection, or you're gonna have to sell your Harley, or like anything that is a superficial show of wealth, or that doesn't have practical purpose. That's something that is much more pragmatic and inexpensive, could serve the same purpose of, other than like that, you know, they're not gonna be able to flex on people and be like, oh look, I have this nice car, I have this nice bag, I have this nice Harley, I don't know, like whatever it is. You're saying, no, we're no longer doing this, you know, glitz and glamour. Like you're gonna have to let go of this subscription to this like men's shaving kit and just start using the Bics. Or you're gonna have to stop going to get your nails done and then just do them at home, like I do. You know, so that something here about the superficiality and the attachment to, yeah, the, you know what I'm saying. Okay, anyway, moving forward. Moving forward, good luck with that. What are you learning about right now? What is Virgo learning about in relationships? Three of Pentacles. How this triangulation between, oh, cause of defeat, Ace of Swords. I don't know that you've really, like, obviously it's all in the cards and it's definitely in your life, but did you realize that this is almost like financial cheating? Because here's where it's at. Here's where we come back to the very beginning of this reading. Two of Wands are shared plans. We had a goal in mind. King of Wands reversed. You fucked off and did what you wanted to do immaturely and acted like you were in a place of authority without having earned it, without having the diligence. You were trying to tell everybody that, oh, we're going to get everything done right. And you told yourself that too. And now your actions show that you really weren't all in on this. That's like financial cheating. I don't know if anyone has talked about that before. Probably. You know, there's nothing new under the sun, but like that was a triangulation. That was a triangulation. That was what came between you and what caused lies, failure, defeat. Ace of Wands reversed here too. It diminished the sexual contact and the sexual affinity here. It had an effect on your sex life. That's wild. But here it is. And you're learning more about why that happened, as well as growing in your mastery to determine whether you're going to cut something at the root. Because either way, this is requiring a cutting from you. Either forgive and forget and see where this goes, or say, this can't be forgiven. We've got to cut this entirely and start over with someone else, like ending the relationship type shit. So 9 of Pentacles, your own financial independence, your own walled garden, work for yourself, have your own money, keep your own money. Don't let people have access to it without meeting the acid test. All right. What are they learning about? What are they learning about? What are they battling about? What do they need to learn about right now? 5 of Pentacles reversed. That's okay. 3 of Cups reversed, and then the 2 of Cups. Their value system of being an insider, of wanting to have associations that are toxic with friend groups, with other people they see online, influencers, but it's definitely like the friends and the people they keep around them, the people they've made their bed with. their strong desire to be seen as an insider or the upper echelon, or to be seen as wealthy, to be seen as financially successful, and even how they have drawn you into this as a point of pride and resource. I really have not seen shit from them in this reading about their love and compassion for you. They see you as King of Pentacles, resource. They see you as Hierophant, stability, and daddy energy. And Sun and Six of Pentacles, they're like, oh, well, they're happy with their little, quid pro quo game, and they're just gonna, they're happy to give me a little bit of money, a little bit of chump change here and there to keep the situation going. I just don't like what they're showing me here. Again, this is your life, and these are just cardboard cards. What can we say more about it? With look, if you're watching tarot, chances are you already had the intuition about what this was and what it wasn't, and you're looking for confirmation here. I'm seeing you continually show me the Ace of Cups. I'm not seeing it from them. I'm seeing the only emotional card here they've shown me at all is in what they're learning about how their emotional connections and the deals that they've made and what they're willing to do in order to feel like they're in the in crowd, and that they have some kind of emotional support because they're lacking it. They're looking for love in all the wrong places here. And it's also very petty, gross energy. Wheel of Fortune reversed. Judgment reversed. Not only are they unfortunate because of their own past actions leading up to them reaping their karma here, but also Judgment reversed. They don't have a calling. Four of Cups reversed. They're just going to take whatever they can get. Is this Nine of Wands reversed? Yes. They'll even lower their defenses. Knight of Wands reversed. They're lazy. Six of Wands, egotistical. Five of Swords, they'll do whatever it takes. Temperance reversed, they'll go to extremes. Seven of Pentacles, they'll wait and watch and pocket watch others. Eight of Wands reversed. There's a lot of duplicity here. I don't think that it's like cognitive, I'm going to trick Virgo. It's more just a way of survival, a way of being. They're lacking like emotional and spiritual depth, big time. Big time. What is in their best interest to release at this time? What is in their best interest to release? Ten of Pentacles reversed. Temperance reversed, and the Seven of Pentacles. This extremism of feeling like they don't have, they're not a billionaire by now, and they can't transmute their situation into that. And then it's just continual pocket watching. Oh, well, Cindy over there has a new Birkin bag. Or like Travis over there just got a new truck, his $80,000 truck. Or like, it's just, ugh. Nine of Cups, their wish fulfillment. Queen of Cups, emotional compassion, sensitivity, motherhood, nurturing. Five of Wands reversed, non-competitiveness. Nine of Pentacles, financial independence. And then the Judgment at the base of it. Judgment reversed. Lacking purpose, not hearing the calling. There's still potential here for this person, but ultimately it's down to your choices, because you may be idealizing something that isn't quite there. Ticking clock. For me, I would set a time frame to expect progress from this person. Make it clear. Be like, look, you got until so and so to start, paying down this debt, or we're going to make a schedule or time frame to get this done. But even I don't know, but even then, like, if I have to go back to this, it's like, no, you just to move forward with this person, you just have to say, okay, whatever, I paid your debt, We're done. That's it. Now I've forgiven you. Let's move forward. How can you ensure that they're not going to triangulate you again financially? I don't know. I, what I would say is, if you want to give them another chance, do so cleanly and with forgiveness, but also make a promise to yourself that one chance is enough chances, or whatever the case may be, right? And that you expect to give it a certain amount of time, whatever you feel like is practical to you. And if you don't see progress by then you promise to yourself that you move forward and move on. Manatee, accept the situation as it is rather than fighting to change it. There it is. There it is. If you want to accept this relationship, you're going to have to accept someone who, at least for the foreseeable future, has all the wrong values. And they're trying, the energy around them is trying to get them to get it. They're trying to say, hey, there's more important things in life. That these people that you're trying to play keeping up with the Joneses with are gossiping and talking shit behind your back. And the only person that truly cares about you is Virgo. That's right here. That's literally what they're trying to learn about. And they might do it. Or they might not. Fuck. Okay. Manatee. There are times to fight for what you believe in and times to lay down your sword and surrender. If you or your family were in imminent danger, it would be quite natural to defend yourself either by fleeing or fighting, whether through actions or words. Extreme situations may even require extreme measures. There are definitely wrongs to make right and situations where the spiritual warrior in you must take the lead. However, it's not the case here. What will work best for all concerned is for you to surrender and accept things as they are. Yield in order to overcome. Lay down your sword, not in defeat or in self sacrifice, but from a realization that this isn't the fight you want to or need to engage in. As the saying goes, choose your battles. This is definitely not one to waste your time and energy on. Let go of your righteousness and your ego's need for control and find that peace of mind that you so cherish and have available simply by choosing it. Surrender, accept. Pisces matters. I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy. But that's where we're at. That's where we're at. It has a chance to grow you regardless of what this person does or doesn't do. And that's something that I have brought up a lot in the readings for this week, is reminding myself as well as everyone else that may be watching this, that our main purpose in being here is spiritual growth, not financial abundance, not happiness, not good relationships. Now, those can be a way to get to the spiritual growth, but oftentimes it's the exact opposite. It's the exact fucking opposite. And that is difficult to bargain with when you're able to accept that and see your life 3311. It's mastership, first of all, because that's looking beyond the veil to why are we even fucking here? Why are we alive? Why human do human? It's for spiritual growth. Nothing else matters, really. Nothing else matters to God or to our souls. And that's kind of fucked up. It's fucked up because our values and our needs are so different here, and the way it makes us feel. But if we can accept that, then things start to actually at least make sense. And I think, a Virgo in a tarot reading can have the courage and the fucking strength and the wherewithal to face the music. Look around and find some signs the universe is speaking to you. And that goes back to what I was saying, for you in your personal life, ask for the signs. Ask for the confirmations. You've got access to them more than most. Let your feelings out, even the ones that scare you. Find a safe place to do that if you don't want to do it with this person or around this person because you don't want to rehash old things. Again, there's this energy of let things die, lay the sword down. Find another avenue to let your feelings out, whether that's a trusted friend or confidant, whether that's in therapy, whether that's through meditation or just screaming out in the woods or whatever it needs to be. Look for something like that to disengage that pent up energy and that resentment that you totally understandably have, but needs to be disengaged if your goal is to actually lay down your sword and let the way you've been wronged, let that go. Say God's got it. My karmic dues will come through wherever they're going to come through, not necessarily this person. And yeah, and then to like release and disperse that energy. It goes back to the Ten of Swords and like concept of dispersing the energy, letting it disintegrate and scatter to the winds. That's part of letting the feelings out. So that it makes it a lot easier on yourself so that you're not internalizing that without it having anywhere to go. Okay. Virgo, hopefully that was helpful to you. If you like that, please check out my channel, like and subscribe. I've got rising sign readings that look over the whole circumstances of your life going through July that could be helpful to you, as well as pick a card readings. There's the financial one I've already posted that could be helpful. Go check that out and take good care of yourself. Until I see you next time. Bye.